Unit 8. The Elves and the Shoemaker. In a small village, there once lived a shoemaker and his wife. The shoemaker was honest and hardworking, but he did not earn much money. In fact, he was so poor that he could not buy enough leather to make many shoes. One evening, he found that only one piece of leather was left in his shop. He could make just one pair of shoes with it. He said to his wife, "I shall make a pair of shoes with this piece of leather tomorrow morning." "Only one pair? What shall we do after that?" asked his wife anxiously. "Let us not worry, my dear," said the shoemaker. "Something will turn up." The next morning, the shoemaker went into his shop to begin his work. But he could not find his only piece of leather. Instead, to his great surprise, he saw a pair of fine leather shoes beautifully made. He quickly called out to his wife, who hurried in and exclaimed, "What beautiful shoes! From where did you get them?" "I don't know," said her husband. Just then a customer walked in, and seeing the shoes, he tried them on. They fitted him perfectly, so he bought them immediately. The shoemaker was very pleased. He could now get some more leather, and he bought enough to make 2 pairs of shoes. "Tomorrow I shall make 2 pairs of shoes," he said, and he went to bed. What a wonderful surprise awaited him when he woke up the next morning. 2 pairs of shoes were ready right before his eyes, and he had not even touched his tools. The customers came into the shop that morning and bought both the pairs. The shoemaker and his wife were extremely happy. With the money they got by selling the shoes, they could now buy much more leather than before. Each morning they found more and more pairs of shoes all ready for sale. But all the while the shoemaker and his wife could not understand how the shoes came into their shop. They asked each other, "Who is making all these shoes for us? Who brings them into the shop?" One day, the shoemaker's wife said to him, "Let us stay awake tonight and find out how the shoes get here." At night, after their dinner, the shoemaker and his wife hid themselves behind a cupboard in a corner of the workshop. They had left a small lamp burning in the room. They waited for a long time, but nothing happened. Then suddenly, as the clock struck 12, they saw 2 tiny men come in. They were elves. They went straight to the shoemaker's work table and started making shoes. They worked all night, and by dawn they had used up all the leather and left a row of bright new shoes on the table. The shoemaker and his wife were thrilled with what they saw. "What very kind-hearted creatures they are!" they exclaimed. "How can we ever repay them?" said the good shoemaker. "Did not you notice that they had hardly any clothes on?" said his wife. "Let me see them, a set of clothes each, and you can make some shoes for them." So the shoemaker and his wife worked hard the whole day and stitched 2 complete set of clothes and shoes for the little elves who had helped them. That night they placed the tiny clothes and shoes on the work table and hid themselves behind the window. At the stroke of midnight, the 2 elves came dancing in. They went straight to the work table as before. Imagine their surprise when they saw, instead of piece of leather, sets of beautifully made clothes of their size and fine little shoes. They quickly tried them on and then began to jump and dance with joy. And as soon as it was dawn, the elves left the shop, still dancing and singing happily. The shoemaker and his wife were also pleased that they had made their fairy friends so happy. From that day, the elves did not visit them again. But the shoemaker and his wife never had trouble with money any more. They always had plenty of leather to make many pairs of shoes and went on selling them to getting more and more customers.